It's June 1st, and you're listening to Montel Across America. Montel Across America, I'm your host, Montel Woodard. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Our next guest is the Senior Vice President for the Center for American Progress and Director of Campus Progress. He is also the former White House speechwriter. Please welcome Mr. David Halperin to the show. Give him a big round of applause for being with us today. David, thank you so much for being with us, because I know one of the hottest issues that was talked about this entire weekend, and I'm sure you want to jump in on this, was the issue of a nominee, Sonia Sotmayer. And when we talk about this, one of the things that just irritated the hell out of me, and it's irritated me since this began, is that how we can boil this woman's 20-year judiciary career, and that's including college and all of that, down to one statement that she made, and only a portion of the statement that she made, back now 7 years ago? What do you think?
I think it's ridiculous. She's got a record. She was on the bench longer than any other judge that's been nominated that's currently on the Supreme Court. And she's got an outstanding record. And frankly, you know what? I don't think the statement itself is so bad personally.
If you take the entire statement, you understand its context, where the statement took place at a conference on diversity in the judiciary, and she's addressing a panel of people who are minorities. That was a really unbelievably good comment, and nothing at all racist whatsoever.
What she's saying to me is, I'm a Latino woman. Listen to us. I was at Princeton. She probably felt like people didn't listen to her, didn't take her seriously. Even since she's been nominated, people said, well, she might not be the smartest person. She was second in her class at Princeton.
Maybe what we should say, though, when you look at this is, let's honestly go back for just a half a second and understand. She's making a comment that the breadth of her experiences, which is what makes her up to be a human being, will give her, not necessarily lord over other people or make her superior to, but gives her a breadth of information to tap into when making decisions that a white male who didn't have that same breadth of experience could tap into. Now, when we take a look at decisions, and I had to pull this myself because I just want to get your comments on it. Pre-Thurgood Marshall, let's think about it. Thurgood Marshall, when he made his way to the bench because he was the plaintiff in the case Brown versus the Board of Education. He won that, and everybody was very impressed by his ability, so they moved him up. Now, before he made his way to the bench, decisions like in 1856, all white males, all tapping into their experiences to make decisions, were men that said they actually came down against the David Scott Sanford case in 1856. All white males ruled against the Plessy versus Ferguson separate equal case, 1896, and in 1948, the all white males voted against the Shelley Kramer. Since you added someone to the board or to the Supreme Court who brought his breadth of experience to the Supreme Court, almost every single decision made that has started to equal the playing field for all of us, women, men, African Americans, you name it, all started to happen. So it's important that we tap into our experience. That's the reason why the country stayed so lily white before inclusion happened. And that's the reason why the country has moved forward since, correct?
Correct. We get smarter, we make better decisions when more people are at the table and more different experiences are brought to the table. I think it's stupid. I think if they want to say her judicial views are outside the mainstream, they can give that a shot. That's what Barack Obama said about Justice Roberts and Justice Alito. They shouldn't be on the court, he felt, because he had a different view of what the Constitution means. If they want to say that about Sotomayor, let's get to that. Let's have that debate. I think we'll win that debate.
Right. Let's have the debate over the issue, not the issue of race. But does it not bother you here? Justin, do me a favor. Play that little piece from Rush Limbaugh, because I can't understand how we can have this happening today. Listen to this.
The real question here that needs to be asked, and nobody on our side, from a columnist to a TV commentator to anybody in our party, has the guts to ask, how can a president nominate such a candidate? And how can a party get behind such a candidate? That's what would be asked if somebody were foolish enough to nominate David Duke or pick somebody even less offensive.
How can we use David Duke's name in the same conversation with Sonia Sotomayor?
They don't like any suggestion that other people have something to bring to a debate. Now, if she said white people, are not qualified to serve on the Supreme Court, that's a different thing. She didn't say that.
She didn't say that. She didn't say anything of that nature. Even people like Sessions and Jeff Sessions, Senator Sessions, came forward and said, well, I wouldn't agree with it. I wouldn't say that, but not that I disagree. Listen to what Sessions had to say.
I don't think I'm going to use any such words as that. I read her speech. I'm troubled by her speech. I think she has an opportunity to explain that, and I don't think that I'm going to use such loaded words. People on the outside can say what they choose to say.
But do you make a judgment about them? Do you think they're appropriate?
I don't think those are words that I would use, and I don't think they would not be words I would use. But we need to focus on.
Do you think she's a racist? Do you think she's a racist?
I think that she is a person who believes that her background can influence her decision. That's what troubles me.
I just don't understand what Supreme Court is he thinking about, because every single justice why was Clarence Thomas put on the Supreme Court? Picked by Ford. You think that, not Ford, picked by Bush, First Daddy Bush. I don't think that he put him on because he wanted to have an African American, do you?
I think that was why, personally. Yeah, I do.
Of course.
I do. There are better qualified African Americans all across the country to be on the Supreme Court. If he wanted to have an African American, he picked him because it was the one African American basically in the country who was right-wing enough to meet the right-wing's concerns about who they wanted on the court.
David Halperin, I can't thank you enough for being with us today. Please, at any point in time you want to be part of this discussion here at Montel Across America, you're invited, open invitation. And that's the same thing to you out there listening in. You're listening to Montel Across America. We got a lot to talk about today. Be a part of the conversation.